What we want to chat to in this summit is a couple of things. Is where's the future of the health and fitness industry going, especially with there's 61% of people are obese and 1 out of 2 people suffer from depression yet. And there's more information out there, yet we're getting fatter and unhappier. So where do you see it going, and how do you think we could reduce those statistics?
Well, I've started saying lately that the health and fitness industry is upside down and inside out. Yep. And you know, some people don't like hear me saying that. You know, if I put a post up on Facebook, but no, where do I see it going? I see it continuing to just rob people basically for forever. It'll never stop. That will never stop. It will all there's a mass part of the population that are just. Yeah, they're just unconsciously just into it. It's all media and all that sort of stuff. So there's that. But things can be changed with certain types of people that believe differently. I believe, you know, so you mentioned the depression, stuff like that, and you mentioned that so many people are obese. There's far more than that, but let's just address them two things.
Yeah.
When someone can't meet their human need of mastering themselves inside and out, then they will fall into depression. Basically looking at themselves in the mirror and hating on themselves. That's the biggest problem. There's so many reasons why people get depressed. You know, emotional events, the way that they've been brought up, you know, negativity everywhere, all that sort of stuff. But one of the biggest things why people become sad and fall into this, you know, insecure way of living is that they've not mastered themselves. If we look in society, everyone's joining gyms, everyone's paying for diet after diet after diet, self-image, steroids, tattoos, Botox, you name it. It's all down to self-image. All these magazines, all the TV media, everything is based on a better self-image. It's not wrong, it's perfect. Everyone is supposed to master this area, but the fact is, the education, the mentorship, or the obstacles that people face are just too hard to get over. So if we look at from the age we went to school to the age we leave school, there wasn't much education there, to be honest. Have we ever been taught how we feel, why we feel the way we do, how we think, why we think the way we do, how to understand that psychology and emotional understanding? No. People are just an absolute mess. Do they understand the human needs? No. But it's still running in them. So they're heading to the gym, they're heading to this diet. And when it becomes too hard, or when there's an obstacle in the way, or financial problems, for some reason they just can't sustain it. And then they fall back into that way of putting back on weight again, etc.
So what tips do you think you could give people, because you're seeing great success, and just to let everyone know that, you know, you've been a mentor of mine in the past and helped me with my peak performance. So how do you think we can address these issues, and what tips can you give people to have that sustainability with their health and fitness in an organic way, not in this superficial, steroid, bulk up tattoos and stuff like that? So still want to have that element, but how do you think? What are the tips we could give people out there to do fitness in a healthy organic way?
All right, cool. Well, my tips are basically return back to natural. So in society, I've got to be careful what I say here. There's a lot of poison. There's a lot of poison in mentality, negativity, and media and brainwashing, I call it, which is all related to money and advertising, all that sort of stuff. So there's an element of the mental game that we've got to really address. So I've got this system. I do a 6-week challenge for athletes, people in all walks of life, and basically we focus on 3 areas. We address the mental area first, subconsciously and consciously. Then we look at natural organic eating, heading back to the olden days and living on, you know, just natural, the best natural food that we possibly can, and nothing processed, nothing with hormones in, nothing with pesticides, herbicides, you know, like nothing that's been injected into our food, and like the Italians, putting love into food and not putting food prep into plastic bags like a chicken that's been full of steroids and hormones and antibiotics to make it live, and then it's brought to us and then it's cooked and put in a bag with some vegetables that's got herbicides, freaking pesticides all over it, and that's been in the ground with no nutrients in the soil.
Exactly.
But it looks healthy and it sounds healthy. Chicken and broccoli in a bag. There's no love. There's no taste. There's no nothing. It's going to drive that person crazy. Yes, it'll get results if you eat it, but just the fact of the stuff that we're putting in our body is just absolutely crazy. So the number 2 tip is we work on bringing some love back into cooking and going and finding your local butcher that's organic. Going to the Sunday markets, the farmers markets that's organic. And then people, they'll give you all the excuses in the world. Oh, it's not sustainable buying organic food, it's too expensive. Well, don't eat as much. Make food go last longer. Eat 2 meals a day and snack on stuff. And again, in the food industry and the fitness and health, we're told to eat 2, 3, 4 meals a day, whatever. Protein shakes in between and all these tablets and stuff. It's all false. It's not real. So yeah, I'm a real big advocate on finding some organic soil, get the food out of there, put love into every single process, and you can't go far wrong. What happens when you start eating organically and start putting love into food and really loving your cooking, and it's all freshly made, nothing in a packet, nothing in a tin, nothing from the supermarket, your body starts to regulate. You're going to probably wonder what I mean by regulate. Well, if this person's fat and the hormones are out of whack, and the kidney counts are out, and the blood, all the bloods are wrong, and the cholesterol's high, and it starts to regulate.
Yeah.
High blood pressure starts to regulate. When you cut out all the falseness out of all the diet, you start adding back natural food, and the best hydration water you could possibly ever drink, which is boiled, filtered water. Nothing out of these plastic containers and not from the taps. It's literally buy the best filtering machine you can. You add that to organic way of living, and then listen to the body. When is it hungry? They say you must eat breakfast in the morning. It's the most important meal of the day. Well, if you've had a big meal the night before and your body's telling you you're not hungry in the morning, don't eat. If you want to eat at 11 o'clock at night because your body is saying I'm hungry, then eat. Then the question is, what are you eating? Are you eating dips with crackers, false, nothing in it, pure fat and sugars and yuck? Or are you eating, like a little small omelette, some scrambled organic eggs with some mushrooms and some spinach or something like that before you go to bed, or an apple or an organic apple or a banana? Following your body, when it tells you you're hungry, eat. Eat a small amount of food, wait a couple of minutes until your body recognises that you're full, and that's all you need, and then you move on. You can eat 5 or 6 times a day for training, but it's the question, is it organic? Is it really healthy? Is it unprocessed, low in processed carbs and high in nutrition? That's what I'm really interested in. So the second area is the organic fresh eating. And the third area is one without money, unless you want to spend money. Exercise. I don't train in a gym. I don't pay gym membership fees. I definitely don't pay for a personal trainer that's going to blast me into oblivion, spike all my
your adrenal glands,
and stress hormones. And,
it causes stress.
It does. Your cortisol levels.
Why do we need stress when we're already in a stressful environment with that job and stuff like that?
So we're basically starting to mess around with all our hormones. Athletes. So I've been an international athlete myself. I went to the doctors for a regular checkup, my family doctor, for when I was 7 years old. I was 98 kilos, ripped up, muscly as hell, played for the Sydney Roosters. When I went back home, had the blood test, he said my kidneys counts are out, my livers are out, my hormones are out, my white blood cells are out, my blood pressure's high, and he says, what the hell is going on? He says, you look amazing. He says, you look like a god. You should be a god. You play for England and all that sort of stuff. And he goes, but your insides are worse than an obese 45-year-old, and you're 20 whatever. He says, bring me everything you've got. Bring me every supplement, your diet sheet, everything. And he says, we're going to analyse a lot. So he analysed a lot, and he told me to go towards organic. Never touch any supplements ever again. If it's not real, if it's not from the floor, don't touch it. And he was the guy that really spurred me on to study organic, go to seminars with organic farmers. And the actual organic farmers were saying that they used to own the normal farmers, and they won't eat their food.
Oh, really?
They won't eat their food, and that's why I've got to be careful what I say, but they quit everything because they were being controlled.
Yeah.
And they went and got their own new start, the new fresh bit of land, and started organic, started really small, and then started to go to farmers markets, and then eventually could survive. But it was the ethics of what we were after.
Yeah.
And these are the people that I listen to about that fresh food and stuff like that.
And I love that concept. And we were chatting before about people's mindset. As soon as we talk about organic, they think expensive.
Yeah.
You know, and we went on a little bit of chat before about this. And so, what advice can you give to people? Simple advice to counteract that perception of being expensive. What can you tell people?
Well, just do a budget. Just write down what you normally spend at the normal food supermarkets a week.
We can eat less though as well, can't we?
Well, we should be eating less. That's the thing. It's okay to be hungry.
Exactly right.
But when your body says it wants some food, the question is what you're going to put in there.
Yeah.
But the first thing to do is write a budget, but label everything that you buy. Look at that receipt. If you spend 150, 200 a week, you've got kids, whatever, look at your receipt, and I guarantee you, most people watching this, about 80% of that food will be processed, or it will be carb loaded, false fat, full of sugar, or hidden sugars, or whatever. It'll be in packets and stuff like that. And that's where the truth is right there. It just stares you straight in the face. But then what you can do after that is just go to the local organic butcher. There's going to be one in your area. It's worth travelling. Buy in bulk if you have to travel. Go to the farmers markets and just buy less, but then prepare more. So back in the old days when there was hard times, these little Italian families, they'd cook all day. They'd do stews.
That's my grandmother now.
They'd
still.
do casseroles. They would do food that lasts a family. Love into food and start cooking for days on end. So when I cook now, it'll be a shepherd's pie, organic. So it'll be organic beef with vegetables in there, with an organic tomato-based sauce, sweet potato on the top. That's it. In the oven, big one. Organic salad in a big bowl with whatever. Might even put some Parmesan cheese on there, whatever, and some vinaigrette. There's the salad. And then the next thing is a tray of veggies. So I'll just chop all the veggies, pumpkin, you name it, all on a tray with olive oil over. That's in the oven. And then I'll do roast chicken as well with garlic and onions all around. Organic in. There's 3 days of food. Whenever I'm hungry, I just rip off a piece of chicken, stuff it in my mouth with an apple, whatever, I'm out the door.
Yeah.
That's going to last me an hour.
Yeah.
If I'm hungry again, I just nip in, I get a little plate full of shepherd's pie, reheat it in the oven, boom, there's another little meal.
What I like about that way of doing it is there's an element of freedom in how we're eating. Yeah. And people are so timed, like I have to eat an hour and a half before the gym.
No way.
Like I might not even be hungry before the gym.
Yep.
And then so that's what it's a good way of looking at it. So it's more based on how you're feeling. It's with freedom.
Exactly. It's how you feel. If you're not hungry, don't eat. But here's a bit of a catch-22. If you're not moving, if you're not exercising regularly, and you're that type of person that's sat at the desk all day and you're not hungry, now that's a bit of an alarm bell. Yes, you don't need calories if you're not burning them off, and your metabolism's not kicking in at the best.
Yeah.
But if someone sat down a lot and don't exercise, then there's other stimulants that can make you not hungry and mask it. So that's one situation. But if you're training and you're moving and your metabolism's going and you're eating well and you're not hungry, don't eat. So last night I ate 2 big plates of organic Italian meatballs with roast vegetables in a tomato sauce. Yeah. And my plate was stuffed. During the day I had no breakfast. I snacked on 2 bananas at one period, a handful of chicken, like I was saying. I just grabbed the chicken breast off the cooked chicken that I'd made, the organic one, and an apple, and I had a couple of coffees, that was it. Yeah. So when I got to the night time, my body's going, I'm starving. So I wanted to go to bed full. Yeah. now in the fitness industry, in the health industry, this is scrutinised against. Don't eat before you go to bed.
Yeah.
I woke up in the morning and I'm a kilo lighter than I was in the day.
Oh, really? See, that's amazing. You know,
Yeah.
it's something like that, because that's what I was going to lead into. Do you have any tips on, do you eat before you go to bed and stuff like that? But just to hear that,
There's no rule. If that, so let's have a look what I ate last night. So organic meatballs, so beef, vegetables, with some love, rolled into balls, put in the oven, organic tomato sauce with organic vegetables.
Yeah.
Vegetables, hardly any calories, but dense in nutrition. Absolutely amazing for you. The protein in the meatballs, with the sauce and the onions and the garlic, there's hardly anything there. There's hardly any carbs, for one. But the carbs that I'm getting are just amazing carbs and not processed carbs that just fizzle out. There's no nutrients in them.
Exactly right.
So I'm getting good fats from the organic fat, the saturated fat that's in the mince, and it's amazing. It's everything your body wants. I hardly had any sugars yesterday, and the sugars I had were natural from fruit, so it wasn't false sugar.
Yep.
The salt I had was Himalayan salt in anything,
Yep.
from rocks,
Yep.
and everything was organic, full of nutrition. So this morning I woke up at 5:30 feeling absolutely fantastic. I weighed myself and I was a kilo lighter. I did train twice yesterday, drank about 5 litres of water, and that's the secret. I just don't follow any rule apart from when my body says eat, I eat, but I put organic, natural food in when it says eat. That's it.
And I love that element of freedom with the food. Are you the same with your training as well? Is it so specific or anything like that? Or is that a sense of freedom, like I just feel like training, so I train? Is that how
so I talk about loving food,
Yep.
no different to training. So this lady comes to me and she says, Mark, one of my New Year's resolutions this year was to lose weight, get the ideal body, the dream. I joined a gym January the 2nd after my hangover. She said, bought a whole heap of gear, got a personal trainer 3 times a week, and we started. Eventually he put me on a diet plan. I won't mention the company, but it was a company, and she thought, wow, I'm away. And she started getting a few little results within the first couple of weeks. But she said after a couple of months, it was getting really expensive. It was an obstacle. She said I was really, really stiff and exhausted. And I started to mentally start to break with the nutrition that I was eating. There was no taste, it was monotonous, if that's the word. And everything slowly just started to break down in terms of the way I was feeling. 5:30 in the morning was my class. I was starting to cry before I went in. I wasn't looking forward to it the night before. I was having anxiety about the training. I was leaving the training absolutely exhausted. It was painful. It wasn't enjoyable. Can you hear all the messages? Costing massive amounts of money, not enjoying the process. The brain's going crazy at the food she's eating. And then she comes to me and says, I'm still losing no weight. I have to eat 4 or 5 meals a day with shakes in between. He says I'm putting on muscle, so that's why my weight's not moving and I'm losing fat. I don't feel any leaner, she said, and I'm at wit's end. Can you help me? So again, so I said, okay, come and sit down with me. So we have a little chat, and I said, right, I want you to pick 5 exercises that you absolutely love that isn't in a gym and isn't with a personal trainer. So she had a little think, and she goes, I love dancing. I went, when did you last dance? She goes, years. I went, does dancing burn calories? Does dancing keep you firm? She went, yes, it does. I said, but do you think about losing weight when you dance? No. What are you thinking about? Concentrating on the dance, learning the moves, enjoying the moment? Yeah. And I went, cool, there's one. Give me another one. She goes, oh, I love to swim. I went, are you a member of a swimming club or have you got a pool? And she's like, no. I said, but you love to swim, right? She said, yeah, I love it. I went, right, cool. There's another one. I love to bike ride. Yeah. I said, have you got a bike? She goes, no. All right, let's get a bike. And then she told me another one, which was she likes to just go for a walk on the beach, and if she sees some hills, she'll just do some little hills. She'll do a walk run. So it gets her sweaty. She used to like that, but she doesn't do that anymore. So I said, they're easy, right? And she goes, yeah, they're easy. I said, and when you do them, when you walk along the beach, you don't really think about losing weight. You're just enjoying the environment. It's beautiful. You're in nature. When you're riding a bike, again, the same feeling. It's quite easy, but you're moving, you're strengthening your legs, and you're getting your body warm and sweating. And I said, the dancing is very stimulating. And what was the other one? Swimming. I said, swimming is very relaxing. You take your time, you use the whole body. So I said, right, so cancel your membership, cancel your personal training, start saving on your money. I said, we want to now focus on loving your training. The requirement is I want you to train once to twice every day. But here's the goal. If you had to train once or twice a day, being absolutely smashed to oblivion, you don't want to train, do you? She goes, no. I said, so regardless of your excuses, I don't care what time you have to get up, we'll want in 35 to 45 minutes to an hour, depending on how you feel, just move. Pick one of them areas. Get a bike, get out on your bike.
Yeah.
If you're bored of that, the next day, do the walk. If you're bored of that, the next day, go and do some hills.
And if you want to do the bike 3 days in a row, then
do the bike 3 days in a row.
Yeah,
just
exactly.
move,
Yeah.
right? And I said, at night, allow, again, some more time to do another exercise, something else. If you want to go to the gym, go to the gym. If you want a personal trainer, go to the personal trainer. Awesome. I said, but now what we're really focusing on is love behind your training. So I'll give you an example for me. When I do jiu-jitsu, okay, so I'm a retired football player, I need that wrestle, I need that competition.
Yeah.
But jiu-jitsu is a soft sport. It's the gentle art of submission and mastering technique, and it's just amazing.
Yeah.
So it's very stimulating. So I go to jiu-jitsu. We go through moves for the first hour. We learn. In your mind, you're being stimulated. You're growing in self-development. So it's very, very educational. You feel like a machine because you're starting to protect yourself and learn these moves. And then for the last half an hour, we roll. So we compete. We probably get about 3 rolls in a session.
3 or 5
so
minutes. Something like
it's
that.
6 minutes, and you're going for it.
Yeah.
And you're practicing everything you learned the day. So there's the competition you learn. It's sweaty. You're in a gi. All right. When I come home after that, I'm stimulated. There was not 1 second I thought about weight. There was not 1 second I thought about getting ripped up. There was not 1 second I was dreading any moment. It was just all about learning. It was completely something that I enjoyed doing.
Yeah.
When I got home, I stunk. I was sweating. Hot day. So I've got a lap pool. So I just thought I'd just jump in the lap pool. But while I was in there, I thought, I'll just do 10, 15 laps.
Yeah.
Nice and easy. No voice in my head. No mentor or coach going, come on.
Yeah, exactly right.
And I'll do the 15 laps. I'll go upstairs, I'll have a shower. Again, with the same principle of the way I eat when I'm hungry. I may not have eaten before I went to jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll weigh myself 4 kilos lighter.
Wow.
We know this is mostly water.
Yeah.
But so then during the night I'll start to sip the water back on, and again the next day, kilo to 1.5 kilos lighter.
Yeah.
The moral of the story is do exercise that you lose yourself in. And it's not just solely focused on losing weight, and you will lose weight in a more happier and natural way ever. Add the nutrition to it. We know that the nutrition and hydration is the majority of the solution to losing weight, to getting in the dream body. The body regulates yourself once you move, once you sweat, and you're eating that way of eating. And once the body gets to optimum, you know. So I call it optimum. Once we start going below the body fat percentage that this body doesn't want, you start to get alarm bells. You start to get like your heart starts beating faster. Your body starts to shake because you're lowering something. You know, you're lowering a mineral or a vitamin or a carb or a protein or something, or you're just training too much.
Yes.
And it'll say put a bit of weight back on.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is it's instant, this way of training. So this lady comes in, she completely does a 160.
Yeah.
And she gets the bike, she joins a swimming club, she goes dancing,
Yeah.
and she starts dropping weight immediately. I told her to not eat until her body tells her to eat. I told her to throw every single processed bit of food out of her kitchen. She had to go and shop at the organic
Grocer.
the organic butcher. She had to go to the farmer's market. She didn't like to cook, so I came round, I just showed her how to make a shepherd's pie, a roast dinner, a salad, and we started her off, and now she has to commit to learning new recipes, taking an interest in it, or she's got no chance.
Yeah.
And instantly she's dropping weight. So we had 7 kilos in 2 weeks. She's a lot more happier. Her hormone levels have dropped. Again, I talk about the body regulating.
Yeah.
If she continues this for the next 3 months and then goes to the doctors and has all her bloods checked and compares them to the last one, I guarantee you they'll have all have regulated.
Yeah.
Regulated is the return back to normal. That's what the body does. It thanks you. It says, what is this shit coming in my body?
Yeah, exactly right.
It goes, what are you doing to me when we're smashing the hell out of each other? It goes, what the fuck are you doing? Unless you're an athlete, you know, we've got to be trained like racehorses. But when you're not an athlete, we need, you know, everyone talks about feng shui, yoga, meditation. Why? Because when the heart is relaxed and it's beating at a slow pace, we are healthier, we are more stimulated, we are happier, we can take in more information, and we're healthier.
Yeah.
When we're high stress, cortisol, spiking, anxiety, just messes the body up.
Yeah, exactly right. Well, the conversation we're talking about the subconscious, a little bit touched on the subconscious mind, and in layman's terms, there's a lot of my mates out there that I have a conversation with, and I talk to them about being the power of the subconscious, and whether I have a complicated or I'm not too sure that, or they don't listen to me because I'm not an elite athlete.
Yeah.
From your perspective, because you've seen so much success with being in the Super League and the Roosters and your jiu-jitsu and stuff like that. So how can we simplify that and see how powerful the subconscious mind is to explain to people in a simplified terms?
Okay, right, so we haven't got long. So in a nutshell, psychology is the conscious mind, the subconscious mind, and the feelings that go with it. That's what it is. Right? So it's emotion, it's two types of thinking. Basically what I tell everyone out there is consciously, so that's awake right now, writing some goals, going after them every day, motivation plus, whatever, is like banging your head against a bloody brick wall. Eventually you're going to get your goals. It's going to take frigging ages. It's going to hurt. It's going to be very painful. Because again, like I was saying before, how many people went through school understanding why they think like they do, why they do what they do, why they feel like they do, which is emotion, which is psychology. Did you ever learn it at school? No. So we leave school and we have no idea why we feel the way we do, why we're doing the things we do, and what that little voice is in our head. We have no idea. So what we do know is we're awake and we're conscious, so we're going to make a conscious effort. That's what people say to you.
Yeah, we hear that.
Make a conscious effort. Oh, well done.
Yeah.
Because as soon as someone comes into your life and says, right, we're going to train this way because of this, and we're going to eat this way because of this, whoever that person is at the time goes back all them years to when they were born and all their upbringing, and it goes back to values, what they find most important, and their beliefs and their habits. So you say to someone who's 145 kilos away, right, we're going to get you ripped up, we're going to get you losing weight, you're going to do this, you're going to do that. Right? Instantly, they go, he says, I'm going to be ripped up. So they start imagining in their mind this body ripped up, them in great shape and training and all that sort of stuff. And the body goes looking, and it comes back with what we call self-doubt. And the self-doubt is that that person may never have been ripped up in their entire life. So the body goes looking for ripped up. The vision of them ripped up, can't find anything. So it comes back and goes, what a load of shit. You can't do that. Oh, well, you can start it, but you'll never do it. This is that self-doubt that we're talking about. So what I say to people is you don't necessarily need to believe in the voice and the visions. It's just, you've just got to do it. And what I say do is this. You've got to write out a vision statement. Right, so this is Psychology 101. A vision statement of who you are in the next 5, 3, 2 years, whatever period of time you want to put on it. 5 years is my ideal. I write down who I am, what I'm doing, what my body is like, what I look like, what my self-image is like, the day, the ideal day, what I eat, and it might not be what I'm doing now. But if that's from the heart and I write that down, that's called my vision statement. This is the first process of your imagination, which is key in all walks of life. The superstar sees himself playing on the world stage. The actor sees himself acting in movies. It's the vision statement. Whether they write it down or not, we're creating this in the mind. So there's the first step of success. Then the second thing is write some goals, heading towards it in the now. So we're getting really conscious about what we've got to do. And then what I tell these people is to memorize their vision. so it becomes subconscious.
Mm-hmm.
And when you become subconscious rather than conscious, your subconscious mind, which is, I call the body mind, it's when we're basically asleep, who's looking after the body, the subconscious mind. All your memories are being sorted out, you're dreaming, you're recovering,
your heart
you're
rate.
breathing, your heart rate. That's not you consciously doing it. And
so you got crazy if you were doing that. And
yeah.
Think about my heart rate, think about my brain, think about moving, think about breathing.
So there's a difference. It's called the autopilot.
Yeah.
If I just train these people to see a vision, memorize the vision, so it's automatic in their body. Then I've got an audio product where I make them visualize their vision coming true. And when they write this vision statement, they go, "What a lot of shit! I can't achieve that."
Yeah.
But I stress, it's not about believing in it. It's just see it. And then the next phase of psychology is the self-talk and the verbal talk. So the self-talk is when you're quiet and you're talking to yourself. You've got to listen to that voice. And if it's, again, self-doubt, you tell it to F off and you just swap it. Instead of I can't, it's I can. And again, like I say, you don't have to believe it, just keep doing it. Just one day at a time, pushing 1% better every single day. Being around mentors with good vocabulary who are pushing you and stuff like that, and a great environment. That's why they say who you're around, you become. So surround yourself with positive people. Listen to a load of hypnosis. Hypnosis is basically relaxation with positive words. So positive visions, positive words, consistently with positive action lead to a better state. Self-motivation kicks in, excitement, adventure, and you start to get that passion and that thirst and that hunger if you stay in alignment.
So you're saying that how I'm getting a better vision of it already. It's like when we watch a movie, we watch our favourite movie, whatever it is. We feel that excitement, we feel that adventure, we feel that energy, but then the movie's gone. So the subconscious is actually that movie inside my head, before it's happened, and then living that into fruition, if that's the right word, living that into physical reality. So it's actually our own movie, and what we create.
Do you know, my first sessions with clients are just funny. We talk about this vision of who they want to become, but they've never been, maybe. And I say, cool, done, no problem. And they just don't believe it. And that's the first thing that's why I start with mental training in my training, because that's what we're going against. We're going against all their limiting beliefs, we're going against all their past and all their experiences. But what's my past and my experience is 12 years in professional rugby league and now 10 years in business as a peak performance coach. My beliefs and my habits are completely different to this person. So my job is to subconsciously fast track them really, really quick. First of all, they need to trust me. Second, they don't need to believe in what I'm doing, they just need to try on. Once they start to feel the weight come off, feel the energy rise, feel themselves, the motivation, self-motivation coming back, see the results, then what happens to them? They start to believe. They're changing the habits at the same time, so they tend to go, wow, this is working, wow, I'm not going to go back to that. And now it's not my coaching, it's now them coaching themselves. They go, I can't believe this is working, this is amazing. They go to the doctor, the bloods have reduced from whatever they were and regulated. The body, again, starts to go more towards optimum. Results start to come really, really quickly. And I tell them, never lose sight of that vision. Regardless if it's not happening or not, just keep focusing on that vision. And psychology pretty much is positive visions, positive self-talk, positive verbal talk to other people, and positive emotion, positive actions. Regardless if it's not happening, you just keep going, keep going. But here's the problem with people in a bad psychology, they're reverting back to the past all the time, or they're reverting to the experience that they've never had, or they can't believe in that vision that someone's trying to create for them. And they need someone to hold their hand. If you're out there and you're training and you want to change your life, and you have to pay for someone to hold your hand, to take it and take it and take it and keep you motivated, then you've got no chance. These are the yo-yo people out there. These are the people that are getting results and dropping back down. Fall away for a year, come back. But sustainability, like you were saying before, is mind training, it's organic fresh eating with love, and it's exercising with love. If you want to pay for other things, great. If you're sick of pain and you're sick of the pain, then you don't need to be in that room. So psychology is huge. Once you change the habits and beliefs, and you follow the rules, which is vision, and just head towards that vision every single day, and You don't care if it's not coming true. You don't care if you believe it or not. Just frigging do it. And with months of doing it, then there's the trial that I want everyone to take. You just watch what happens. It's pretty cool.
That's awesome. And mate, thank you for that. I've got a lot of insights as per usual every time I chat with you. So I really appreciate the time. It's really refreshing to see someone that's from a rugby league background, both from that background in an egotistic environment to we're all have to be pumped up in supplements and stuff like that. It's refreshing to see someone looking at it from a humble point of view, and still seeing results your client's way. So, and that's what the message we need to be getting across a lot more. So, tell where can we find you? Where can we get more information just to see Mark Edmonson?
It's just really simple. Facebook, just on Facebook. That's it. Mark Edmonson, and my company's called Team Edmonson. That's it. I've got no website. I've got no cards. It's just Facebook. And I blog pretty much my whole life with videos on there and clients' results and seminars, and it's just Facebook. It's so easy. So if you want to contact me, it's just Facebook.
Perfect. Thank you so much, mate. You're a great mentor.
All right.
Thank you for having me.